Alright, good morning guys. Hey, this is Old Bones again. We just got done a little while ago doing the Crusader, a quick Crusader video, stuff that I've been doing. Said I'm not a flavor of the season kind of player. I like to play different things that are a little harder to play, challenge myself and see how far I can get with them. This is my Poison Scythe Necro. With my Poison Scythe Necro, obviously a LOD build, everything except for mine is not all ancient. This is a big detriment to me. One of the reasons why is there's 1350% roll for damage. You get all 13. There's still some min maxing I need to do with this tune. I do have 5 110 gems on it though. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you guys about, leave comments down at the bottom if you could please. Andes versus the orcs. I've seen builds done both ways. Um, some say use the orcs for the hit and the life per hit, or vit and armor. I just happen to have this one. It was rolled strength and I rolled it intel because I haven't found a good Andy yet. What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think about Andes versus Leoric. Give me a good reason why Andes or why Leorics, if you wouldn't mind. I do like the setup with the stone gauntlets. Stone gauntlets are pretty awesome. One of the good things about it is I didn't know about this game for a while. I had to learn like everybody else. If you use the ice climbers, you gain the immunity, freeze, and mobility effects. So ice climbers negate 15% slow, attacks up to 5 times. Attack speed, what is it? The movement speed by 15% and your attack speed by 20%. And this stacks up to 5 times. So you can use these without penalty if you use these. Know that. I learned something the other day when a friend of mine was talking to me about it. Pretty awesome. That's one of the great things about the D3. If you don't know, there's usually somebody you can ask who's a lot smarter than you. A lot of you guys out here that are a lot smarter than me. But I like doing these videos just because when I do these videos, I usually get a lot of good comments out of them. You guys help me grow, get better as a gamer, and grow and get better as a YouTuber as well. A lot of the ancient stuff that I have, I love the fact that this is based on a lot of areas. Now, this ring was given to me. I kept it anyway and used it. It was rolled, was attack speed, life per hit, something like that. But I rolled it attack speed crit crit. It should be rolled crit crit. I told myself that as soon as I find a good ancient that has those rolls, I was going to change it out. But as you can see, I haven't found one yet. Crispins. The Crispins has been really hard to find with any kind of good rolls or any kind of good second, much less the ancient. A real pain in the butt. This one isn't too bad. Anders Disdain. Ledger's Disdain. Secondary roll is pretty bad, but the primary rolls up on top are not too bad. I should have Grim Scythe on the bottom there where you see Bone Spear, but did the best I could with it. Try and get an ancient, try and grab more percent damage for 9. I think 99 max gem for Lod. So it's 375% per piece. I think it's up to 1,350. My Pringle's Corroded Fang isn't bad. It is great, but only a 162. I think, if I remember right, that's a potential 200. Yeah, it's only a 160. But like I said, there's still a bunch of min-max and I need to do with this. One of the big problems that I got is I got a late start to the season, so I'm only 1,400 Paragon. I should be about 18 by this time in the season, but lucky enough to, my wife was in the hospital and taking care of her, getting a late start on the season. There's another one, 6% versus 4.5. Intel and Vit could be both over 600, and I could augment that. The boots aren't too bad. Yeah, like the big question I have is, and I mentioned it earlier. What do you guys think about Andy of the Oryx crown? I've seen it done with both. All the top runners I've seen, like Rascal and some of the other guys that are 1 and 2 on the board, all have been doing Andes. But some of the other guys are doing the Oryx for armor and vitality. See a potential for, oh, and diamonds versus topaz. Uh, is it? I don't think it's really worth it. I had one guy tell me I should be using diamonds instead of topaz, but Intel's naturally get all res. Looking at my all res and seeing that I'm already at 2K on all my all reses, I don't see a point in running diamonds versus all res. Diamonds versus topaz. Trying to find a decent flavor of time wouldn't hurt nothing. Really need to work on the crit and damage. Good chance in the crit damage. These should be 5,500 or as close as you can get them. Not worried about cooldown because you don't really need cooldown for the build. Bone Spear. I don't know where you get the damage for the Bone Spear. Unless it's a multiplicative damage that applies when you, from the Lod gem or something like that, but the Bone Spear damage seems pretty low, and the Grim Scythe damage increase low as well. Reses are all good. Now, one of the things that I did see from actually looking at the leaderboards and checking out the leaderboards for different things that they is they took Blood Siphon and they changed it to Blood Rush. I noticed that running in the dungeons, the necro is super slow. It aggravates the crap out of me trying to run in between groups, sets of mobs, how slow this thing moves. So I wholeheartedly agree with using Blood Rush versus Blood Siphon, but I wouldn't use it until you're actually getting up higher because Blood Siphon will keep you alive when you're in the lower levels. The way I'm currently set up, and if you guys have any comments, you can put them in the comments down below as well, is with Grim Scythe and First Scythe, Spell to Mage, Contamination, Saccharillium, Blood and Bone, Bone Spear, Blight Marrow, Blood Rush and Potency, Bone Armor and Dislocation, with Final Service, Swift Harvesting, Standalone, Spreading Malediction as the passives. I've had pretty good luck with this so far. I really had fun with it. I struggled with it a little bit. I walked away from it for a little while. I need to get back to it again. More gems on it. All of the people that I talked that were doing any kind of high pushes with it said that it doesn't meet its full potential until you have it fully augmented. Maybe you guys can make a comment on that as well down there. Let me know. Does full augmentation, obviously full augmentation is going to make a difference. But overall, what does the full augmentation give you overall? Yeah, so that's quick down and dirty on the Grim Scythe that I've been doing. And like I said, if you guys would make comments down below, I would greatly appreciate it. All the comments that you make, I will do my best to answer. I try very hard to make sure that I answer everyone. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, I love this game. I love this community. You guys are great. That's where I'm going to call this video an end. And I wanted to show what I was doing. Maybe get some comments on how to improve this build. Because this is basically just looking at the leaderboard and kind of doing what they're doing. And not really following a build. It's kind of the first season I've actually done that. Where I looked at the leaderboard and didn't really look at a build and follow the build. Sometimes I find that following a build is a good baseline, but it's not always the right one, not always the right way to go, or it doesn't maximize the potential of the build. Some people make a build that's safe versus damage and a little bit of squishy, or maybe heavy in armor or heavy in toughness, much damage, so they can get a little bit higher either direction. But yeah, this is where we're going to call this video the end. I hope you guys get everything that you want and some of the stuff you need. I hope you enjoy your gaming. I hope that you will like and subscribe to the video if you enjoy it. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks.